Ito po, unang pansindak po sa inyo itong balita na ilang araw lang po ang nung lumabas. Itong anunsyo ni sabi ni Duterte that Duterte says, and I am using the Russia Today report. There were many reports also in the Philippine press, but I used the foreign one. Duterte, if I don't act like a dictator, the Philippines won't progress. Walang pupuntahan kung hindi nga siya umasal at gumawa na parang diktador. Of course, hindi pa siya diktador dahil ang dami pang mga paghahadlang na nangyayari sa mga ginagawa niya tulad ng International Criminal Court case, yung mga pagbibitin ng mga financial assistance, official development assistance ng mga kanlurang bansa and so on. Salamat sa Asia, may mga katulong si Presidente Duterte, ang China, number 1, and Japan na naghahabol na huwag madaig ng China sa mga tulong na to. And of course, our own people who have been now asked to sacrifice with higher taxes on many things, plus and minus of course yan, but we are making our sacrifices for the better future of this country. And yung sinabi ni Presidente Duterte, actually marami pong silently and some openly, like me, I'm very open, and yung mga nagsusubaybay ng programa po na ito ay alam, ako'y laging nagpa-plug ng authoritarianism. I prefer authoritarianism. And ako nagbago ng isip tungkol kay Presidente Marcos nung ako'y nagka-mature thinking. Actually, even before, I was very supportive of him and his style because he was authoritarian. He made things happen. He made decisions and pushed those decisions. Siyempre, merong ilang mga mawawalan ng kita nila dahil sa kanilang pang-aabuso tulad mga oligarchs, yung mga nagsasamantalang mga aktivista. May mga aktivistang mga magagandang intensyon pero madali pong magoyo ng iba and so on. But as a leader, you have to be firm when there is unreasonable opposition, in fact, when there is destructive opposition. And Marcos was like that, and President Duterte is like that. And any responsible leader who really loves his nation and his country, then the future of his country, will have to be like that. Hindi po pwedeng yung tulad kay Cory, inimbita ang kalaban, pinauwi pa. Si Normy Suarez, si Joma Sison, ni-release, pinauwi pa, ni-release anyway. Ganyan. Si Fidel V. Ramos, siya pa ang nag-bulldozer ng mga daan para ang MILF ay magkaroon ng sariling mga kuta nila and so on. Si Presidente Estrada, sinalakay ang MILF, siya pa ang pinabagsak. This is our point here. And it's not only politicians or political analysts like me. Big businessmen also like authoritarian, if not dictatorial governments. Ito po, naging debate po ito at nalulumabas ito sa dyaryo dahil very high impact itong statement. Sabi ni Enrique Razon, isa sa mga negosyante sa bayan, and I don't support big business, but business is business and they like efficiency. Ano sabi ni Enrique Razon, na isa sa pinakamalaking negosyante dito sa Pilipinas? Countries with the best infrastructure are dictatorships. Dinispute siya doon sa diskusyon. Sa Europe daw, ang daming mga magagandang infrastructure. Sinabi ni Razon, which I agree with, balikan mong kasaysayan yan. Tinayo yan ng mga monarchies. Dictatorship ang monarchies. Yung Autobahn, yung pinakamagandang highway sa buong mundo at one time. Sinong nagtayo? Si Adolf Hitler ng Germany, yung tinatawag na Autobahn. Even sa Estados Unidos, kailan nagsimula yung massive infrastructure nila? Under Franklin Delano Roosevelt in the New Deal, na nagrereklamo ang oposisyon doon sa Estados Unidos noong 1930s to the 1940s. Na diktador itong si si Franklin Delano Roosevelt. That is the value of authoritarianism. You can get things done. Maraming oposisyon dito sa Pilipinas sa authoritarianism dahil sa takot nila na yung mga pribilehiyo nila mawawala, tulad ng mga oligarchs. Kaya tuwan-tuwan sila, nung bumalik si Cory sa poder, bumalik din sila. Dahil si Cory binigay ulit sa mga oligarchs, sa mga aristocrats, sa mga plutocrats, lahat ng mga pribilehiyo. Wala na ang gobyerno. Privatization, that is the meaning of privatization. And the number one beneficiaries of all this privatization ay yung mga oligarchs tulad nila Ayala. And then of course now it's Salim, Pangilinan, and so on. Aboitises. Now, let us compare the Philippines with others that are similar to it. The next headline, of course, kasamang China. But China, we will analyze it. That is why we're going to take a look at this headline here. China, Vietnam overtake the Philippines in GDP growth in fourth quarter last year. Vietnam, winasak ng halos 50 taong gera laban sa Pranses, laban sa Amerikano. 4 na milyong mga Vietnamese namatay sa mga gera na yan. And only after 1974, 1975 did they had the chance to start rebuilding Vietnam. Pero halos ma-overtake na ang Pilipinas today. Mabuti na lang, nakakatakbo ulit ang Pilipinas with Presidente Duterte. But what is Vietnam system? Authoritarian. It's a communist government with one-party leadership. And it is progressing very fast beyond the expectations of many people and many analysts. But of course, Vietnam patterns its style of governance also from its fraternal party, the Communist Party of China. And ngayon, napatunayan ng China na authoritarianism can do better than Western style democracy. China also, because of that authoritarianism, may meritocracy. Masasabi ng leader on top, na ito talagang nag-perform. Ito. Promote yan, promote. Si Xi Jinping, President Xi Jinping, nagsimula sa mga barangay, yung tawag nating barangay dito, ay naging provincial leader sa Fujian province, and so on until he is now president of the whole of China. Pero may isang sikreto na kakaunting nakakaalam sa China. Bakit nila na-maintain, despite authoritarianism, na-maintain ang progress? Kasi ang sabi ng iba, ang authoritarianism magbubunga ng sobrang corruption dahil walang magko-question, walang free press na magko-question and so on, walang opposition na mag-fiscalize and so on. Well, China has worked it out, and their secret is the Party Disciplinary Commission or Discipline Commission. I think we have an image of that. And meron ba? Yan, how China is ruled. This is from the Western press. I think this is from New York Times. Hindi ko nailagay po dyan. How is China ruled? Discipline Commission. From bottom to top, may parallel organization po yan. Na nag-evaluate taon-taon anong performance ng isang party and state functionary sa barangay, sa probinsya, sa munisipyo, sa distrito, and so on. I have been witness to that in my visits there. Doon sa barangay level nila, yung laging ipapakita yung economic performance ng kanilang unit. And isang dating, I think, ambassador or DCM dito sa embassy ng China sa Pilipinas, now top member, head, in fact, leader of the Disciplinary Commission. He visited last year at nagkaroon kami ng meeting and konferensya. At yun ang tinanong ko sa kanya, alam mo, ang sinasabi ng Western countries, ang corruption sa China hindi makakontrol dahil authoritarianism. So pinalawanag nila ang sistema nila. And of course, corruption is a continuing process, and President Xi Jinping now in China is at is now delivering the peak campaign, the utmost campaign against corruption. Dahil yumayaman na sila, lalong dapat mag-crackdown sa corruption. That's the logic there. And si Presidente Duterte, nakikita natin, ilan na ang mga sinisanteng mga government people from his own party because nagpapakita ng mga senyas na nagsisimula ang corruption nila. So, authoritarianism has ways, or authoritarian governments can have ways to control corruption. But what is beautiful about the authoritarian system is you can set the goals and work single-mindedly to achieve those goals. Now, dito sa Pilipinas, maraming diskusyon ngayon tungkol sa form of government. Ako ay hindi excited about federalism dahil sabi ko, forma lang yan. That's why it's called a form of government. Yan ba ay makakatulong dun sa mga essences of governance? Yung mga talagang sustansya ng pamamahala ng isang lipunan. Will that help in economic policy? Or it will dissipate economic policy? Will that help in consolidating economic leverage in negotiations sa ibang mga bansa? Hindi po, lalo. Kasi ang mga states, gusto nila they can negotiate directly themselves. Mangungutang sila sa World Bank o kung saan-saan by themselves. The poor performance of the central government during the yellows is not an excuse to believe that breaking it down to so many levels will be improving the situation. When the fact is, it will really worsen the situation. And kaya nga, si Presidente Duterte nagsisignal na. O yun, anunsyo niya sa mga maraming pahayagan. Filipinos not yet ready for federalism. Hindi ba nakikita ng mga supporters ng federalism na supporter din ng Duterte na nagsisignal na siya? Kasi, ano ang nangyari itong nakaraang 1.5 taon? President Duterte made the present presidential system start working better, if not the best yet, better for the goals of the nation. Ang totoo, yung federalismo galing kay Nene Pimentel, Ruben Canoy, mga kaibigan ko lahat yan, Bono Adasa. Dahil frustrated sila na hindi sila magiging presidente sa paniwala nila dahil taga Mindanao sila. Si Presidente Duterte, taga Mindanao, naging presidente na. He has achieved the goal of these three who are very good leaders. But during that time, of course, the conditions were different. Now the conditions are also different. And it has allowed a Mindanao president who can now gear things towards more southern presidents becoming leaders of this nation. And President Duterte from Mindanao and from Davao and Binisaya has proven that they are of better stuff. Pero yung doktrina ng federalismo na nanggaling doon sa, pasensya na, para biro lang ito, 3 stooges na si Nene Pimentel, Ruben Canoy at Bono Adasa. And I'll bring Bono Adasa next week para to show you that we are continuing to be friends and we respect each other's views. But the 3 stooges is already passé. President Duterte is the new Mindanaoan who is the new Filipino leader. And then his supporters will be the one to weaken him. Yung BBL po, that can be easily resolved with what President Duterte has said. Let's explore the hybrid. Did I flash that image already? Duterte open to hybrid form of government. Anong hybrid? Nobody has defined it. Ang sinabi ni Presidente Duterte, maganda yung ginawa ni Deng Xiaoping sa China, the late Premier Deng Xiaoping of China. Biglang naglabas si Deng Xiaoping, Premier Deng Xiaoping ng one country, two systems para ma-accommodate yung gusto ng Hong Kong na kasama sa China pero gusto ng sariling sistema nila. Ayun. Let's explore this hybrid system. May signal na sa leader ng mga pro-Duterte at ng mga pro-federalismo na pag-aralan niya. But at the core, there are many issues, pero ang nasa pinaka-sentro ng problema ng bayan po, yung question ng discipline. Kaya napakaraming gustong bumalik sa authoritarianism. Kasi sa present setup, so-called electoral democracy, anong nangyayari? Kanya-kanyang interest lang Walang magsabi, ito ang interest ng buong bansa. Sinabi nga ni Presidente, discipline the Filipino shall rise. Are we seeing that discipline today? Will we see it under a federalist state na ang powers ay lalong mahahati-hati? At dadami ang mga may sariling interest na mga politiko sa local and intermediate and national level. So, I grew up in a business family, so I've often heard na if only government could be run like a corporation. Mission statement, malinaw, disiplinado, kundi sisante, and so on, ang mga managers, supervisors, and so all these levels. Worked out po ang promotion system, and so on. That is the way a government should be run, except that it should not be run for profit, but for the welfare of the people and for the development of the state and the nation, of the country. Development, meaning pagpapayaman ng lahat. So, an authoritarian government is like corporate governance. Malinaw po ang mga mission, malinaw ang mga pagpapatakbo, malinaw ang mga basehan sa pagsisisante ng mga tao. This is what President Duterte means, that maybe we should have a different look at the change in government, in the reform in government. So, kayo po, ano po ang opinion nyo dito? Sa mga surveys na nabasa ko sa nakaraan, talagang 50-50 ang mga mamayan in favor and against authoritarianism. Pero kung naka 50% po sa opinion na paborable ang mga mamayan, ibig sabihin, mas malaki pa ang potensyal na magiging paborable dyan. Dahil bakit? Bakit ko sinasabi ito? Dahil yung kalahati, bombarded yan. At yung kabataan, bombarded yan doon sa propaganda ng mga naghari mula nung EDSA 1. At sino-sino yan? Sino yung mga dilaw, yung sila Cory, yung mga oligarch, yung mga negosyante, yung mga Amerikano. Araw-araw, puro demokrasya, taon-taon, anti-Marcos, Marcos, diktador, tuta, etc., etc., paulit-ulit. So maraming influensyado pa niyan. At hindi po nila na tatanggal yung ilusyon na pinipilit na itakip sa mga mata nitong mga 50% na hindi pa nakakaintindi. With that, we will not have much more to say about this, and it's up to you, the people. Well, of course, President Duterte will have a very big say here. We know he is not content with the idea of federalism today, and he is already broaching new approaches to the form of government. Alam natin na meron ng Constitutional Commission na tinayo na may mga pro-federal system dyan, si Nene Pimentel, itong si Puno daw, pro-federal, and some others. But there are many hurdles to overcome for these federalists because there is growing criticism and opposition to the idea, especially the BBL. Now, ito mahalaga po ito, nitong BBL. Maraming sinasabi, karapatan yan ng mga Muslim and so on. Sa totoo lang, of course, sa sinasabi nila, malaking disgrasya kung wala yan dahil magre-rebelde na ulit ang mga Muslim, MILF, MNLF. Let me give you my opinion about that. First of all, the global situation has changed. Islamic rebellious, secessionist, rebellious movements will weaken and will continue to weaken in the years to come. Bakit po? We are shifting from the oil era, from the age of oil, to the age of electricity again. Bakit? Electric cars, electric ships, electric planes, and so on. Kaya po ang oil bumagsak ang presyo. The shift to the new power sources is coming. There's also solar, there's wind power, tidal power, and so on. Let us not be blinded by the past and the power of Saudi Arabia and the Mujahideen, and think that this will go on sa future. Hihina ng hihina yan. At ang totoo, there is no problem for Muslims in this society. You've heard this before, and if you haven't, I will remind you. You just go to Green Hills, you go to Quiapo, you take the MRT, you have a lot of our fellow Muslims mingling and making a very good living alongside everybody else. Saan ang problema? Ang problema doon sa mga lugar nila. Sino mga namumuno doon? Mga traditional leaders nila? Or yung mga nagpapanggap na mga liberators nila na traditional naman ang kanilang mga gawain? Magpapaloko ba tayo diyan sa mga manlolokong Muslim tulad ng mga manlolokong mga politiko rin natin? Tapos masusubo tayo dito sa problemang ito. Sila ay hahawak ng 75 billion pesos. Na hindi mababantayan ng COA, Commission on Audit, kasi walang COA po na pupunta doon at usisain ng mga gastos ng mga Muslim political leaders na yan. Patay sila kung mag-ulat sila ng katotohanan na nangyayari doon. Kaya nga sa mga bilyong-bilyong binuhos po roon, ano bang development na nangyayari doon? So that is a major problem with this federalism and the BBL, and this decentralization and creation of a sub-state and so on. All part of this talk about decentralizing all these things and weakening the center of our national government. We need a strong center, and when you have found a right leader who will begin to reform everything and prepare the road ahead for more genuine, productive, constructive, and positive leaders for the country. Ngayong paninyo, uudlutin ito. That's the biggest problem. As I said, federal system is just a form, but it is a form that will weaken the central authority. Now think about that. You think Duterte can do what he is doing? In a federal system, there will be more problems. Metro Manila, kung anong rehiyon ang sasakop dito, magiging anti-federal president. Kasi dominante dito yung mga kasabwat ng ICC, International Criminal Court. Dominante dito yung mga kasabwat ng mga Amerikano, mga NGOs, yung media dito, lalo-lalo na nakontrolado ng mga kanluran. Dahil sa pondo na pumapasok dyan sa Center for Media Freedom and Responsibility ni Melinda Quintos de Jesus, yung pera galing sa National Endowment for Democracy and other sources, o Midyar, ganyan din po ang Rappler, ganyan din po ang Inquirer and Philippine Star. Meron ding mga pondo yan galing sa mga dolyares nitong mga foundations and NGOs na to. At yung mga graduates ng UP, etc., San Scholastica na journalism na nakapasok dyan, mabuti naman, their influence is waning. Yung kanilang mga rallies dyan sa People Power Monument, sa EDSA Shrine, katiting na lang. Kasi after 30 years, most people have learned. Except those who are making money from it and those who just simply have made it a habit. Tulad nung Paredes na yun, taka lang, kamangmangan na lang po. But this is the message from this segment. Let us look at the essence of governance and development of societies and nations. Yun po ang kailangan na mangyari, and an authoritarian government is a very effective instrument for the people and the nation to achieve these high goals. Maraming salamat for this weekend. I will see you again next week.